Today was hard, this was another hard day. I hope you guys get a chance to take a look at the video I did about removing the tangles in my hair and then how it looked. Even though they cut me off, at least I was able to show you guys how it looked after I removed the tangles. It was another hard day because as they're telling me what they did to me, thinking that I am some way not aware of what they did to me, it goes back to what I keep talking about in terms of the psychology of these people. There is something in them that feels that they are so far above me that they have to tell me what they've done to me, as though I cannot know firsthand my own experiences, not just with this terrorism, but with dealing with them. So they said the guy, quote unquote, the guy at Lacoste thought I had a problem with interpersonal relationships when these people have a history of having problems with interpersonal relationships, and I do not. So they said that they thought that by investigating what happened in elementary school, high school, college, and, in the past, it would in some way relate to today. It doesn't. But that's, again, the psychology of these types of people, where they feel that they can go back in the past and make it apply to the present. So I don't want to say, I'm trying to avoid saying exactly what they're talking about, but it's a lot of racism, not just against me, but other people, using my hate speech honors thesis from college to apply to things that either they heard in my apartment when they're part of the voices in my apartment. There are always TVs on in my apartment or radio on in my apartment. And then to stories that they kind of understood, kind of didn't understand. And what I'm telling you about the psychology of the people terrorizing me is that they can't understand how their experience in life does not in any way match my life experience. So even the way they see the world is so different from how I see the world that they get upset when I laugh at them, because it just goes back to their needing to be superior. So they created a system where if I'm reading something, they read out loud, slower, not pronouncing it correctly, using the incorrect words, and I would think that's in my head. Who would think it's in their head? I don't know. I don't think anybody would. I think that goes back to their superiority. Their need to be superior means that they think they are tricking. Maybe that's it. They think they're getting over on people. That they think, oh, they're so slick, they're so smart, that they're getting over on their victims. They're not. And that's part of what I'm saying about these types of people and dealing with them. You can even tell that that's how they feel about us. So they get upset when I don't like them, as though I have to like them because they're so wonderful. I mean, like, who can't tell how wonderful they are? But their superiority is what we as people pick up on. So when they're talking about going back in the past and so forth, that's part of this issue. In the past, people would not have probably known how to describe this situation. As we are learning how to describe what is happening and why it's happening, the things that they're talking about in the past make sense. That's another problem. My vocabulary has changed because of this, and that's what I'm trying to tell them. It's so obvious. So they don't like that, I used to speak faster. I was younger. I wasn't going through this, and I fast talk. And so they keep talking about, well, what about this? That's what I'm saying. There's something in their need to be superior that made them focus on me and not themselves, which goes back to the problem that they have. If the problem exists before me, with me, and long after me, then they shouldn't be focused on me. So they have to look at what is it in themselves that's causing the problem. It's not me. They can't believe that there are other victims out there that have dealt with them who said the same thing I said, and we did not speak to one another. That's part of this. We didn't speak to one another about this. Had we spoken to one another about this, then it would have been like, well, maybe we all got together and we did it. We did not. That's what they did to me. And that's what I keep trying to, in my way, get them to understand. I'm not worried about what the people who know me think, because the people who know me know me. I'm not worried about what their group thinks because I don't care about them. What they should have worried about is how it looks for them to get together with other people, try to switch the way things happened to get at me, which is a crime. To hurt me and try to mess up my memory, which is a crime. To then talk in the background as I'm speaking to confuse me, which is a crime. To read along with me so that I cannot have a moment of privacy in my own home, which is a crime. To then fake it outside to make it seem like it's the same way in my apartment, which is a crime. It's one crime after another crime after another crime after another crime. And the more crime you commit, the more crime you commit. Thanks for watching.